Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, sir?
Good. I left you the audio for the stream, so I got an echo.
Oh,
I got hello, 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 hello. Oh my god.
too many Scots. Too many. One Scot is borderline too many Scots. So,
Agreed.
uh,
I
wow.
didn't say it wasn't good. It's a lot.
No. Well, thanks, Tesh. Um,
It,
uh,
what?
thanks. My feelings are hurt, Tesh.
I didn't say it wasn't good.
It was implied. I heard the tone. I knew the meaning.
Wow. Wow.
It's
Okay.
okay. I'm a little hurt.
Reading into things, are we?
I mean, I didn't have to read too deep. There's some
How
bold,
are you
giant
doing?
font. So, quick question.
Yeah.
Did you like the music?
Uh, I believe so. Yes, I did actually. I was listening to it in the background. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second.
I like the it's tabletopaudio.com. I've always liked because it's all just ambient sounds. There's no like over the top noises or anything like that. Like whether it be like sci-fi or fantasy or like other stuff. I mean, I always like they have really good ambient sounds. It makes me
That's a good. Yeah, I like that. So I was saying that's a good description of what it was. Subnautica / Mass Effect sort of sounding.
yeah. I honestly, it's what I used to use when I did my Mass Effect games forever ago, and in the future when I do Mass Effect games again, it's what I will use. So I don't know. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. All right. We're not doing a commercial for tabletopaudio.com right now.
No, we're not.
No, actually not. So Tesh, last session, two mistakes happened.
Only two?
Yeah, two
That's
noteworthy
being
ones.
generous.
Two noteworthy ones. One of them, I forgot to press record for the first hour or half hour, whatever it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I have to rip the whole VOD just for that one tiny little portion. So that's fun.
Enjoy that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I will. So much fun. And the second one, you jumped into a chest and fell down the wrong hole.
Yeah. By one.
By one.
By literally one.
Do you want to blame Joey?
A little bit.
I'll give you a moment to say some words to Joey, and I won't listen. Here you go.
I don't blame you. Please go easy on me. I need help. I'm gonna die.
I'd like to believe that was some old school Australian threat right there.
Yeah, totally.
Like I'll hunt you down, then go eat your baby. Or however it is you do it.
What?
I don't know. Did you get an opportunity to catch the unofficial spoiler cast yet?
No, I didn't.
I finally listened to it yesterday. I say finally, it was only out for like a day prior, but I listened to it yesterday. They actually had Messi as a guest on it.
Oh, really?
Oh god, Messi's so funny. If you just the way that it ends, like the ending, I was like, did it just end there? And I was just laughing so hard. It was really good. So I suggest you you listen to it because it's just chaotic. It's all over the place. And again, Messi is just very funny. So he interacted with the other boys very well. All right. So let's get into this. Last session, you say 2 sessions ago. Last session for you, you ended your session outside of the. Excuse me a second.
Ziggurat.
The ziggurat, facing off against 12 Paradise soldiers. Just barely were able to kill 11 of them, and fought against 2 of those bean creatures, as we fondly like to refer to them.
Yeah. Can I go back to fighting those things?
Yeah.
Is that an option? Can I go back to fighting those?
No, that time has passed. And then you guys, after just barely surviving all that and spending tons of spells, because you still spent a ton of spells, you found
I still have slots, but I'm running real fucking low.
You stepped into the time temple, and we kind of ended it there. Then the last Regicide session, crossover. Excuse me. the crossover, you guys actually got to explore just a tiny little bit, including dipping your fingers into a pool that made you wicked smart. And then you met up with the Regicide crew, chatted with them for a bit, veiled threats, not so veiled, probably a little bit more than just threats, which led to friendship of a sort. Talkie some more.
Mutual distrust.
Mutual distrust. There you go. Talkie of a sort. You went swimming in a pool and got wicked smart. Traveled around for a bit with your new friends.
I got smart, not wise.
That is very true. And then eventually you found your way up the temple and into the past, where you had some talkie take place.
That was real cool.
And then some gloopy went floop on top of Raerin.
But some massive reveals, and then the gloopy.
Yeah. Raerin ran away, and you were like, I know he's in love with one, but I'm in love with him. And you pulled out your chest, and everybody watched keenly as you opened your chest up and jumped in.
Once more with feeling.
Yeah, I did that.
Once
didn't
more
I?
with feeling, according to Speakabla. In which case, I'll start from the beginning. You see two sections.
No. Oh, I'm eager to learn in what of the many possible ways I'm going to die.
Well, there are many.
Oh, I can imagine. At the very least, I will be very damaging to everything here. At the very least.
I suppose you are designed to not be so friendly with the creatures of this plane. So
yeah, so that's like the small little thing I have is that I can hopefully nuke some things if they come after me.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, I know. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Yep.
I don't know that song.
You don't know it? Oh, it was an ad. It was ad from Melbourne for like how to step back from trains. And it went viral because they just had so many. It was such a great catchy tune with like hilarious cartoons of various dumb ways to die.
That sounds funny. I mean, I know the movie 1,000 Ways to Die in the West or something like that, or 10,000 Ways to Die in the West with
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I've heard of it.
It's not good.
I heard.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's go into it. My apologies. So yeah, you end up traveling. Open up the chest and jumping into the positive energy plane. My foot slipped.
Oh, never mind.
Whack the back of your head up the chest. And fall into the negative energy plane.
Wait, no, that way. Oh, no.
I kind of want to see how this plays out. So you open up the chest, you look around at everybody around you, you said your last words, and then you look down at the chest. You know how this works. You focus on one side and you try to jump into it. I imagine Ilen even goes so far as to precariously climbing up onto the chest, holding on to the top, the lid of the chest for a bit of stability, waits for the right moment, and then just kind of like jumps in, almost like a pencil dive. Right, feet first, pencil dive into the chest, and he does so, and it's one of those things where his feet go into the white part, the milky white part, the positive energy.
But it takes too long, and it swirls around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the issue is that you expected it to just be like a free fall, but instead it was almost like you were stuck there for a moment, like your legs went in, but it was a bit almost like jumping in mud. So it was like, oh, I expected to just kind of like jump through, like I was jumping into water. This is a little bit thicker than that. And as you're like there waiting for it to like slowly consume you, almost like lost your balance at the knees and like fell your ass into the dark part. And you're like, no, as like all of a sudden it's consuming like your ass and up to your legs and your lower back, and just kind of like pulls you in. And what Ilen would see is this is like like kind of pulling the chest shut as he's being pulled in. Everything around him, everything around his perceptions just gets dark and inky as you can, lose the ability to see what's going on around you, and you start getting pulled and pulled and pulled Now, when you traverse distance using the room that you guys have back in your keep, you always could feel like there was this moment where you just feel like you just kind of get ripped and pulled like really fast and then just stopped. It's always this like jarring thing at first. I think I described it as almost being nauseated the first few times you guys went through it, and then eventually you just get used to it over time after using it enough times that it doesn't even affect your characters anymore. It's like the first time you were ever on a train that stopped very quickly, and then later on you're just like, I just know how to lean my weight and I'm good, right? This is a bit more than that. It literally feels like you're being pulled in every direction all at the same time as being pushed in every direction all at the same time. It's this very strange feeling as you just feel like every part of your being is being ripped apart and recreated. It's horribly uncomfortable. That's made even more uncomfortable by the fact that it is cold. It is so cold and getting colder and colder as you go. As you're traversing this place, it's hard to have control of your limbs, you know what I mean? As I've described the experience, but you can feel yourself pulling your arms in, tucking in like Tesh was caught out on a very cold Australian night in the middle of winter. What's that? 30 degrees Celsius? What's a cold Australian night?
Totally.
Yeah. So anyways, on a very cold winter's night where you're caught out without your t-shirt, with just a t-shirt, I should say, and you're just like, oh, it's uncomfortably cold out here. And then it starts to get even colder than that, as you can feel like the compression, the pulling finally starting to subside a little bit, almost like that experience was causing a bit of friction that was keeping you a little warm. As that starts to subside, it starts to get really cold. Like you stepped into a walk-in cooler. And you're just standing there.
Lovely. Yeah,
well, I should walk in freezer. And you're just standing there. And this is where you're hitting that like -2 Celsius, -3 Celsius, those fun temperatures. And you're like, oh. You don't of course see your breath or anything because currently you can't see anything until eventually you realize that you traverse this experience of being pulled and pushed simultaneously, this experience of being almost like ripped apart and recreated simultaneously, that tends to go away. That like leans away, and you realize I'm not moving anymore. You don't know how long you've been sitting there. You don't know how long you've been together, shit. But you're kind of like down on your knees, like realize that you're kind of like huddled down on the ground. And when you blink a couple times and look about, you can see that it's still pitch black around you. But despite the pitch blackness, you can kind of make out some shapes.
Oh, fuck.
I believe you took your goggles
off. Are they moving?
Off.
Yes, I did take my goggles off.
Okay. So with your goggles off, you blink a couple of times. You can see that there's some shapes around you. It takes you a little bit of time for you to finally start to have your eyes like settle in, so you can see a bit more comfortably in the area. And you realize, oh no, this is where I'm going.
Once more,
this isn't me traversing any longer. This is me actually here. Okay. So you can see that the ground before you, it's solid, flat, black, almost like I can't remember the name of it, but there's a new material that was invented sometime in the recent.
Yeah, I know the one. Is it Venta Black?
Venta Black.
Yeah.
Venta Black. Oh, or Fanta. Fanta or Fanta.
No,
like
Venta Black.
Yeah,
Venti Black.
Yeah, so Venta Black is like the ground before you. It's so black in color that you can only make out the fact that it's there by seeing that it is in such stark contrast to everything else that's, or is it Fanta or Venta? Well, I don't know. Venta, yeah, it is.
No, it's Venta.
Fuck you, Anno. In the stark contrast to everything else that's around it, which almost has a bit of like a bit of a sheen or a reflection to it. Everything around you is so dark, it's almost like inky in color. It is, Anno, I'm gonna ban you. Bano. So you can see like everything else has a bit of a sheen or a reflection to it. Everything else seems inky. It's really hard to make out the details of what's about. I imagine you spend a moment standing up And you can roll me a perception check.
This is an important one.
Van
That
Taylor.
I also have a terrible roll in and can currently not see. That's appropriate.
Okay. So, standing up and looking about, you try to take in the darkness and trying to make a sight of it. It's very difficult. You realize, well, I can see there's no like buildings or anything like that around me. But at the same time, it's not exactly like it's open plains either. There's, I don't know, structures about, tall structures. Maybe it's some sort of, what is it, fauna? No, not fauna, flora, that's about here. Some sort of natural flora. There's tall, strange, almost like twisting structures. They're not ultra thin by any stretch. They have a bit of a girth to them. The structures, as you can see from your perspective where you're standing, if we'd walk up to one of them, you think you might be able to get your arms halfway around it, like a really thick tree, right? But you're not sure exactly what they are. You also see little bits of stuff moving about. Little, what are they called? Almost like figments moving about in the air. Around you, nothing on the ground,
like the upside down. That sort of like.
Yeah, not quite that small, unfortunately either. It's a little bit away and then moving a bit bigger, almost about the size of a very large bumblebee. You know what I mean? Like a good bit moving around a distance from you, and you can see them. They're moving very slowly, almost like they're moving through ink themselves. Tesh, in this moment, if you could have any small thing, what do you wish you could have?
And the ability to be able to see in this place without casting light and giving away, like being a massive beacon for a long fucking way.
you would wish, you would almost pray for the ability to have the ability to see and hear. If we can get to level 5 hype train, Tesh, I will grant you that ability. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a hard.
Hey, Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Tyler. All right, so anyways, you revert to a pickle. Oh, Jesus. So this is the brine. Welcome to the brine. One of the things that you notice when you're looking around, so you notice all that stuff looking around, then you realize, because you're extremely intelligent, remember that right now, you realize, the things about me, they have a sheen to them. Almost like there's a reflection happening. Almost like there's a small amount of light being shown at them, which is why they're reflecting light back at me. You're intelligent enough to analyze this because, again,
I've got the smart
power.
water.
Yeah, big brain time. So, and that gets you thinking for a second. You hold out your hand, and you're very cold. You hold out your hand in front of your face, and you realize your hand, which also is very dark in color. Not you still have like your skin.
I know what you mean,
but it's like very dark, almost like it's like a shadowy of itself. You look at it and you realize there's like a reflection off your hand too.
On the bandages as well.
There's like a reflection on your hand, on your bandages.
Oh,
and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it gets you thinking, like, what the hell is that? You look, like, what is that? Everywhere you look, there's a bit of reflection. Now, again, Ilen is very smart right now. And so he realizes, oh shit. He quickly fumbles to his side and pulls out his dagger or whatever weapon he has at his side, whatever small metallic weapon he has at his side. He draws the weapon and holds that out with a bit of a concern in his mind. And he holds the blade in front of his face and sees his eyes are casting light.
Oh, fuck. Goggles on.
You put your goggles on, and unfortunately...
Might be a little too late, but yep.
You put your goggles on, and unfortunately, it's dark. It's so hard to see. It's so dark right now. Putting the goggles on is like wearing sunglasses at night with no lights on.
Oh, my God. Oh, fuck.
What do you do, Tesh? Now, it's in your hands. What do you do, standing there, freezing, with the choice of either having your eyes be a beacon of light or standing in darkness? What do you do?
I wonder if one of my summons can guide me. Um,
That's a good question.
whether I can even summon here is the whole thing entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And what will happen if I summon a fucking positive energy Diabat into this place? uh,
It goes and then dies.
yeah, it's probably not a good idea. I'm gonna do.
Once more with feeling.
Wait, how long does this last? 1 minute per level. Okay, well, I might as well cast this real quick just in case something's around here and I'm not ready for it. So I've just got Shield of Faith on. Let me pop that buff in just in case.
So as you cast Shield of Faith, you can imagine I've had my what's it called turned off for a while now.
Once more with
My
feeling.
so no echoey effect as voice mod is off. But you can imagine as you cast a spell, you sit there like Vita Mortis. It's like it has this like almost like you're trying to be quiet, but
you have to say a certain temperature.
Oh,
A temperature?
Yeah.
A certain volume.
Yeah. So anyways, it's the place is so eerily quiet that you just, even though you're trying to say it quietly to yourself, it's almost booming. Also, you've been very cold before. You know how you're very cold, you can't really whisper because you don't have as much control over your voice. So you know, you let out, you speak it, and it feels so loud when you do it. So, woohoo!
Okay, I think as bad as it is for now, I need to be able to see to be able to defend myself. So I think I'm gonna have to unfortunately take the goggles off for now. What I can try and do is give old one of these just to give myself some sort of. Don't know if things here classify as undead, but I know that they'll give off negative energy most likely. So I might get something. Hopefully, it's not like I turn on the UV light and the entire place is so bright it blinds me.
Turn on the UV light, like, ooh, this place is sticky. Ew. So when you cast Detect Undead, it's funny because this place is filled with creatures. Can have creatures that are undead, but that's not what fills the place entirely, right? It's mostly extraplanar creatures. Excuse me. So you first cast Detect Undead, you don't detect the presence of any undead. But again, it's not like it's an immediate thing where you just like, look,
no, it ramps up, yeah.
Yeah. And you also like look around and you spend some time turning, and so it's 160 degrees around 360. What's that? You have to turn 5 times or whatever to see all around. And so, however many it maths out to. So as you're slowly turning around, you do eventually detect. I do detect the presence of an undead creature. Focus on it. 1 undead creature. Okay. There is 1 undead creature that happens to be not terribly far away from me, about 40 feet ahead of me. You're looking, trying to see what it is that's over there. When finally, luckily, you feel almost like prayers have been answered as you've cast these couple of spells. Usually when you cast a spell, it happens immediately. When you cast the first spell, Shield of Faith, it happened immediately. When you cast Detect Undead, it cast immediately. But then you also feel like, oh, thank God, I feel like she's with me. You get this almost like spark of warmth that happens on the inside. And kind of like feeling that spark of warmth, it's like almost like being next to a heater when you've been out in the cold, right? You're like, you breathe deep and enjoy it for a second while trying to focus on the undead. And you can actually feel your eyes kind of like also have this like warm, kind of almost itching sensation. And it gets uncomfortably itchy for a second. You're like, shit. You take off your goggles and you kind of scratch your eyes for a second. And then as you blink and look away, the light being cast from them seems to have subsided.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Oklo.
The light from the eyes seems to have subsided, and then beyond that, you also have what's the word I'm looking for? My apologies. You also, looking out into the area ahead of you, you can actually see it a lot better now. Instead of just being all that flack, venti black, or being this like inky with a slight reflection on it, you can actually start to see a couple layers of gray in there as well. Gives you a bit more definition.
Yeah.
That being said, you also see the creature that's
creature,
ahead of
yep.
you that you couldn't see before. It's walking towards you. It's small. Is it bipedal? No. Strangely enough, it's tripedal. There's a three-legged creature about, like I said, about 50 feet away, walking 40 feet away now, walking towards you. It's a little difficult to make out the details of it. Roll me a perception. So what you can see is that the thing has 3 legs. You know what I mean? The way that they're hinged to is very strange. 2 of the legs, the side ones, kind of come out almost at a weird angle, almost like you can imagine a spider's leg, how it has multiple segments, comes up sideways and down. And the middle leg seems to do the same thing as well, but like forward and down. And then on top of that, it has multiple weird-looking, what are they called? Limbs coming off the top that almost look like what are they called? Like tentacles or tendrils coming off the top. This thing's coming at you. Again, it's small in size, maybe standing about 3 feet, about 1 meter tall, and about half as wide. But again, it's coming at you. You don't know what it is.
Well, I'm giving you one warning. I don't mean you harm.
In what language do you say this?
Ooh, that is a good point. You know what? I'm going to say it once.
That's common language, right?
I'm going to say it in Sylvan.
Say it in Sylvan? Okay. Doesn't seem to... It's 30 feet away.
Say it again in Ignan.
Okay. And it's about 22 feet away.
Okay. Well...
I'm giving you one warning, he says multiple times.
Well, in different languages. Well... I'm gonna do a thing. What's the best way of doing this? I don't want to waste that. I'm gonna start with just doing one of these. Once it gets in range. So like wait as it's like walking up, and the second it gets to within 15 feet range, I'm doing that.
Okay. So you Kamehameha at the guy. Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to... Where are we? Be sure I'm on the same table as you. /GM. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I have this over here for me. I have macros, Scott.
Terrible roll.
Luckily, I don't really have a good reflex save at this thing. Oh, yeah, no, I got a 9 total. All right, so, yeah, 10 is a terrible amount of damage. But, so what happens is, you just start spraying outwards this like purplish dark colored fire, just like
whoa. Okay.
As it like burns outwards, it ignites the area around it with this like purplish dark glow that just kind of like permeates the area, makes this a very like almost like a beacon of light for a moment.
Also go on. Continue. Sorry, before I say what I was going to do.
But the fire does seem to like wrap around and hit this creature. The creature is just engulfed in the fire. It does seem to burn it. It immediately turns and starts moving back the other direction at double the pace it was coming towards you in. Roll me one last perception check real quick.
Ah, shit. I thought it was going to kill me. Now it's running away.
You don't get much more detail than what you had before. Unfortunately, it's hard to see in this area. The flash of light suddenly against the darkness makes it difficult to like kind of like make out the details. But you can see once again, this creature actually did not have 3 legs. It was hard to see the 4th one hidden in back. But much like how a spider's legs hinge, 2 came out this way, 2 came out this way. It was just what the back was hidden behind the front one. And again, almost as if the creature started to like stalk up, almost like a tree stalk going upwards. Then was chopped, and a whole bunch of like floppy tendrils were coming off the top of it. You did notice one thing. The top there, where the tendrils are, that look like they were movable, you're not entirely sure. You think you saw a quick little glance inside, and you think you just saw teeth. It's like,
oh, good.
Layers of teeth.
Good.
That's what you saw.
Okay.
It's going that way now.
What I was going to say is I'm going to use the flash of light to make sure I move. Doesn't matter the direction, just move like 20 to 30 feet in a direction, just so I'm not in the same place as when the burst of light happened. and the fact that there's this now thing that's on fire that will be a light. I don't want to be next to that because
Sure.
that'll draw things in.
Sure, absolutely. So you start moving, but one of the things that you notice while you're moving is with that burst light and everything is you happen to notice it almost got slightly distracted when you saw that. You're like, ah, and you start moving away from it as the light dissipates. Which, by the way, it's not like on the material plane where when you cast a spell and all of a sudden the fire's and it's gone. It almost seems to linger behind. Like you cast a spell and the fire like lingers like 5 or 6 seconds.
Like oil in water, like that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Before it completely starts to dissipate in its brightness. So you like use that burst and then start moving away, like 30 feet, whatever you said. You notice with that light as a backdrop, there's almost like steam coming off of you. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you've ever been like gone for a jog in cold weather. You've had steam come off of you. If you've ever stepped outside of a very warm area to a very cold area, you see steam coming off of you. So you definitely see that steam is coming off of you. But again, with your heightened intelligence, you're realizing, looking at the steam, the fact that it's coming off of you, that it looks a little bit different than typical steam, like actual warmth.
I imagine that's the whole positive energy being in a negative energy plane is...
What? What are you talking about? No. Don't worry about what happens after an hour. So you
Oh god.
Don't worry about it. So as you make your way away from there, what is it the very next thing that Ilen does?
So I need to find a way to get... Honestly, the best thing right now is to while I've still got how long does Detect Undead last for?
It's a minute? Or a minute per level?
1 minute per level, okay.
Yeah.
So I have 8 minutes. I'm going to so I'm going to walk in a direction while it's up, and I'm going to just, while I'm doing that, basically do what I've done to pray, except I'm directing it towards the Arbiter, saying, I need your help, Raerin needs your help.
Okay. So you more or less just sit there and start praying?
Oh, no, I'll be heading in any direction. Just I'll pick a direction and go.
Oh, okay, my apologies.
And while I've got Detect Undead up, I've got that on. The second I feel like a little blip, I change direction.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And again, it's not like this place is like littered with undead every step that you go.
No,
it's pretty seldom that you like while you're walking before the spell expires, you might like notice you would notice one more, and then you'd be like, and then turn, and then you just kind of keep making your way downtown, walking fast, darkness past. You're darkness bound. So
hopefully I'm Arbiter bound. We'll see.
So Unspeakable. We know. It was actually it happened to a Patreon party in this world before, and it was a genuine concern about which one. Yeah, it happened to Steve. Steve almost exploded. Yeah. It was one of those things. I think one of the other party members legit like stabbed him in the chest to keep him alive or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyways, you, sir, are walking along praying, trying to make this happen. As you're walking along praying, you feel woozy for a moment. Ooh. Oh, it's weird. Oh, for a moment there, you felt like really woozy. You felt kind of like off your game. But put that out of your head, and you keep walking and praying to the Arbiter. Do you have a particular sentence? Is that what you had said there? I need your help. Raerin needs your help. Do you kind of like say the same thing over and over again? Do you have some of the mantra, or is it generic prayer?
It'd be whatever. It'd be a prayer to the Martyr, then followed by essentially the same thing but directed towards the Arbiter, or almost like just as close as I can estimate what a prayer to the Arbiter would be. But I would also mention, like, I'll add in afterwards.
The Arbiter would be, I am awesome. I am great. I pray to you while I masturbate. I am Raerin. I am Raerin. I am Raerin. I am awesome. I am great. I pray to you while I'm.
And basically, in between each repeat, I would say, Raerin has been taken by a creature from the plane of ooze. I need help to get there. I need help to get him back.
Okay. So more or less just trying to like fill him in on the deets and whatnot. And you're gonna keep doing that. As you continue walking, you feel another one of those moments where once again you're just completely off your game. Oh.
Okay, can I try and figure out what's happening there?
Yeah, roll me an intelligence check with it. Oh yeah, you're not 5e. So intelligence
Nope,
check.
I don't have advantage. I do have an okay intelligence though, and that's a good roll.
That water you sat in?
It's wearing off. Oh no, I'm getting withdrawals.
Oh, you're not getting withdrawals yet. You'll know.
No.
You'll know when.
Look, this is where I'm saving my restoration.
Oh, he thinks that'll help. That's cute.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Hey, listen, on the bright side, you're not 44 years old.
Or an egg.
Or an egg. I feel bad for Norway. Norway, who's in his 40s, and what's his name? Messi just kind of went hard in the paint at being 44 years old. In the spoiler cast. Oh man, he's like, I'm old, I'm senile, I'm bald. I'm like, poor Norway. It's like, you're so mean. Anyways, so moving on. Yeah, you start you're making your way along. You start feeling this like again, feeling off kilter a little bit here and there. Continuing to pray, hoping that this happens. At this point in time, I need you to roll me a fortitude saving throw, please, sir.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna roll luck dice. Hey!
So, after some time of being in here, you once again you can feel this place is so cold, and it's like sapping your energy with you being just as cold as you are. Excuse me, yawn.
No, I understand. Don't worry.
My apologies. I haven't.
Oh, you don't have any to apologize.
I woke up at 6:45.
I'm tired too, if you can't tell.
I woke up at 6:45 and messaged Tesh. Oh, you about? Sorry about that. Just woke. Luckily, my wife put an alarm on my phone. So, so my apologies. You as you're making your way along, you can feel it like sapping your energy. You can feel it literally taking your energies away from you. But, I mean, you're made out of stronger stuff than the average, well, whatever you are, Tash. Wink. And you're doing okay where you are. Then you get hit with more come downs over and over as it gets more and more rapid. Any last stuff you want to do before I smash you with the anvil?
Knowing that this is coming, feeling that it's coming on, he's gonna try and find some sort of shelter. Somewhere where he can at least get through the worst of it, hopefully.
Sure, that's actually not a bad idea. You want to roll a survival check? Oh, that doesn't work here.
Well, I have a survival. Yeah. Oh wait, no, it doesn't work here. I get what you mean.
Roll me a knowledge planes check.
Oh, I have that.
Yes, you did.
Actually, that's better than survival.
At least he didn't drink it. Good call, Steve. Are you happy?
You know
with
what?
22?
Because of how important this is, I'll take a 24.
Okay. So with your 24, you're actually looking about, and you can see, like I said, the structures. You can actually see outwards a good bit now, much further than you could before. That being said, you can actually see that there are structures. That venti black, or venta or venti, venti like 20 ounces in Italian, or venta.
Venta, I think. Venta black. Vanta black.
Vanta. So Vanta Black. So anyways, Vanta Black. You can see off in the distance is like a kind of. It seems to be growing up from the grounds, but it has another part coming in the other side, causing almost like a bit of an overhang or like a cliff that you think you can go and bring yourself over to. As you're making your way over there, Detect Undead. That's a first level spell, correct?
Yes.
You wouldn't spam cast that.
No. I would have casted that first time, and then I've got two first level spells left. I would actually probably cast one now to
Sure.
find out if this is a good place to lay low, essentially.
Okay. So yeah. You so with your detect magic, as you're approaching the place, you actually it seems like a good spot. It genuinely does seem like a space that's removed where other creatures wouldn't be able to notice you as well, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, as you approach, you can detect the presence of a creature.
Something else had that idea.
Of course it did, right? That would only be inconvenient. It would only be convenient if it wasn't there. So you detect the presence of undead. Roll me a perception check to see what it is. Okay. You can actually...
From my perception, that's not bad.
You can actually see that whatever is in there, whatever undead creature happens to be in there, it looks, unfortunately, like one of those ones that you had seen before, where it has those strange little 4 legs at the bottom, except this one doesn't have 4. It has 6 legs. And its upper part, that, like, I guess almost like a chopped off tree stalk, seems to be a bit wider, as the whole thing is a little bit larger than the other one was before. Same idea, same tendrils coming off the top of it. It's, again, because you noticed it a good distance away, probably about 50 feet from where you are right now, where you kind of like stop and you're looking and you're like, what is that?
Okay. Well, I don't want to use any fire spells because I don't want to attract anything here.
What?
Why? How long does Shield of Faith last?
It may have ended by now. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Ooh, I might cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. So
and I'm gonna walk up and see what it does.
Once again, as you cast Sanctuary, there's that bit of a tone to it, though.
Yeah.
That you, as you do it, it kind of, once again, has this almost like booming echo. And you make your way forward, trusting in the might of your magic. 1 second, sir.
This is more a test than trusting. This is me literally testing to see how this goes. I don't trust it at all, actually, which is why I cast this now.
I'm sorry. It's a good test. I rolled a natural 19. You know what's funny is, so my macro, like I always said, it always rolls 4 dice, and I just take the first one. The funny part is the dice that rolled on my screen are 19, 17, 16, 1. But the results in chat box, which is what you're supposed to go by, are 19, 19, 16, 17. So that 1 is actually a 19.
Wow.
The first one's the only one that matters, right? Which was
yeah,
actually 19. But that's just funny. Anyways, so yeah, you go walking forward towards the thing, and the creature comes towards you. You don't know whether or not the spell works until it actively tries to touch you or attack you.
Yeah.
So you're walking towards it, it's walking towards you. So let's say you walk like 30 feet in, so it's only about 20 feet away. It moves up those 20 feet. One of the things that you notice is as the other one was kind of coming towards you a bit slowly, this one comes at you much quicker than the other one did. Maybe it can move faster, maybe it just has a bit more motivation, whatever the case may be. It closes the gap between you and it pretty quickly, and then you can see it clearly is reaching out to attack at you. But again, you don't know whether or not the spell is working at this point.
I legitimately, I would wait because he's testing it.
Okay, what is your touch AC, buddy, pal?
My touch AC is 14.
Yay.
It's not terrible. It's bad, but it's not terrible.
I touched.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, so you happen to take, as the creature touches you, as a creature, what happens is one of the tendrils kind of stretch out from the top of its head. It stretches out and it whips out and kind of like smacks at you, grabbing it, kind of like you almost in the defensive posture. You wait in, but you put a defensive posture, like putting out your arm to defend yourself. It smacks it and wraps around your arm. It immediately starts.
Wraps around my arm, you say?
It immediately starts sapping the strength out of you almost instantly. You can feel taking 5 points of negative energy damage as it is literally just like sapping your life from you.
Okay, would that proc?
Oh yeah, I mean sure, that definitely lights up, which is awesome. You go right ahead. Cool. Roll your damage, sir.
Oh, that's not what the way you said that is terrifying.
It's cool. Roll your damage, man. 16 points of damage maximum. That's sexy. I like it. It burns the creature considerably. Speaking of tendrils, the tendrils of fire that are coming off of your character right now are really acting like a beacon of light. It's very much you are like a lighthouse off the coast of the storm.
Yeah. It would be a burst. I wouldn't keep it on, obviously, but it's still a burst.
So the funny thing is, like, as we all know, like fire, it doesn't stay in one spot. Fire is like licking flames, right? It like moves out licking flames. So the strange thing that happens, because it's almost like an echo to the light that happens, like you were talking about, like inside inky water or whatever. You can actually see, like, if there's like a tendril of fire that kind of comes up this way and starts like licking back and forth, it almost has an echo of whatever fire was there as it moves into the new one, making it so that at first it's like licking flames on you, but then because there's so much echo of the fire as it stays there, it just almost makes like a shell of light around you that's just kind of like stuck there. And as your character moves, you can see like a shell of your shape put behind over there, almost like
lovely.
Go to cartoons and you have like, you know, Wile E. Coyote falls off the cliff and there's still like a smoke dust of him behind, so you can like jump like 3 feet to the side and literally see Ilen's form immediately adjacent to him as the light is kind of like stuck right there. Anyways, it burns the creature, considerably burns it, and actually kind of makes it like recoil back for a second. As that burn happens, it's actually your turn at this point.
Okay, I am gonna
after image of light syrup. Nice.
I'm going to try and go for a cure serious wounds on the creature.
Ooh. Okay. Oof.
Ooh.
Oof. That technically requires a touch attack, which is 1d20 plus your BAB plus your strength, because you don't have weapon finesse.
Okay, so 1d20 plus BAB with BAB. Oh wait, BAB is
base attack bonus.
Yeah. So my BAB is 6. So 6 plus what, sorry?
Strength. Hold on one second. Don't your arms give you a penalty to this too?
You're correct. So -4, so it's +2. And then plus what, sorry?
Strength.
Oh, so +1.
So yeah, it's so you have a 6. Yep. So 1d20 plus 1.
Well, it does say weapon attack, but
I just want to confirm that touch attacks have to be strength and not Pathfinder touch attacks. And
there's also let me check something, because it does actually say weapon attacks with thing blackened. Weapon attack rolls. It says -4 penalty on weapon attack rolls.
Let's see. Subjects completely discard armor. In these cases, the attacker makes a melee touch attack when you touch attack creature. I love that it references itself. Yeah, it's going to be strength, because you don't have weapon finesse. So
okay, but also it says in the blackened it's on weapon attack rolls.
I would so it says weapon attack rolls. See,
because I'm not trying to hit with any sort of like.
No, you're fine. So the fun thing is that there's actually a feat called weapon focus, and weapon focus you can choose things like raise, but you can't choose touch. You can choose raise but not touch. So that being said, I would say that this is not a weapon attack. You're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. So +6. plus 5, actually.
Yep. Hey, you hit.
Hey, that's not bad.
All right, and so you do 20 points of damage. Will save for half. Let me roll my will save.
Plus 1 on that actually, because I have this. Let me.
I did not hit that DC. It's a very high
Spell
DC.
focus.
So this is what happens.
So that's 19. It's a save.
I got a 10 total, anyways. So it
Okay,
is
cool.
it is good. Thank you, sir. So yeah, you cast that spell, and excuse me. Sorry. My apologies. So you cast that spell and you touch the creature, and what ends up happening is as you touch the creature, you can see little bits of like cracks running along the creature's like blackish, inkish kind of coloration, as you see like little beams of light just like ripping and pouring out of the different areas, and then the thing just seems to get consumed. It's one tiny little burst, nothing like the fire and all the light that it's giving off there. It's a tiny little burst, almost like a little explosion that happens with the creature that sets off a huge bright light in a small area that almost immediately, kind of like a black hole being formed in a nova, almost into itself, as the creature seems to just be.
Have you ever seen, I'm going to link you on a break, what the Taken look like when they die in Destiny, because I think that's exactly what you're sort of describing. I'll
never
link
played
it to you.
Destiny, so cool. Anyways, so yeah, and then it kind of like almost like a black hole, as it almost like it's just gets completely canceled. It's 2020, cancel culture, whatever you want to do. I'm just kidding. Cancel culture is not a thing. So anyways, you the thing gets completely like just negated. Like what happens when antimatter and matter touch each other, they get annihilated, right? Just it isn't there.
Yeah.
So cool. And that's that. It's gone. And now you kind of like take a step away from the creature that you just annihilated, and you see your own image fading.
Yeah, but that's still going to attract something, I imagine, unfortunately. How close to where I was planning to hide is that? Is this? Because I did let it walk up, so.
I mean, pretty close within like using measurements from the material plane, within like say 30 meters or so, 100 feet.
Okay. And that thing's corpse is completely gone, like it full on just
doesn't exist.
Perfect. Okay. I think I am going to try and conceal myself in the sort of like hideaway, and wait to see if anything comes.
As you make your way over into that little hideaway area, why don't you roll me? Roll me a.
Yeah, with a negative, I imagine.
-5 perception check, real quick.
Yeah. So this plus -5. Oh. Wait, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do. Nah, dang it. I was hoping I'd get a 4. Yeah,
you make your way over there. A bit of a stumble to you as you make your way over there. You actually, that's a check is good enough because now you can see in this plane. The check is good enough that you can actually go and find where there's like a bit of a crack or a fissure that happens to exist here. It's not like in the material plane where a crack or a fissure inside of rock would be something kind of like hard and stiff. It's actually smooth. Like you can imagine almost like the inside of like a ring or any other kind of like rounded metal material, right? Where it feels it's hard, like definitely hard, but it's kind of like rounded and smooth. Allowing you can almost imagine, run, slide. It would be kind of easy, right? So
take off your socks, just slide your way all the way to the arbiter.
You take off your shoes, you leave your socks on. So anyways, you are able to kind of like go and find yourself in that fissure if you'd like, kind of like tuck yourself inside there where you're a bit removed and just sit there and shiver for a while as oh god, you start to come down from the high.
Yeah, here we go.
Coming down from this water, it enhances your brain in such an incredible way. Again, I know you've seen the movie Limitless, but for those that haven't and haven't heard my previous descriptions, this is a horrible feeling. if you've ever had food poisoning or the flu, influenza, whatever, you know exactly how bad being sick can be. But this is more than that. Whether or not you've ever yourself experienced it, this is coming down off of a very high high. We're talking like it's like having food poisoning at the same time as dealing with coming off of meth. Like, this is some intense, full body aching, brain is on fire. Like this is a horrible experience. You feel like absolute shit. Your stomach always feels like it's going to toss itself out. But you know, as awful as this is going to be, as long as it's going to last, as much as your bones hurt all the way down to the inside, on the bright side, Tesh, you didn't drink it.
That's true.
Trust me.
I imagine it would have been a lot worse.
You don't know what the bucket is.
What is the bucket?
Don't worry about it. Moving on.
Yeah, I heard. You mentioned the bucket. They mentioned the bucket last time. I should say. I was confused about it then. What's the bucket?
Don't worry about it. So.
No!
It wasn't even a bucket. It was technically a barrel. Moving on from there. So yeah, you are not doing well. That being said, time passes. A decent amount of time passes as you're just trying to survive this. I'm going to need from you, and I do apologize, a few fortitude saves.
Yep, I figured as much.
If you could roll me 5 fortitude saves.
Oh my god! For that 12, I want to luck it. 13.
So you two.
I'll leave them at 13. Yeah.
So you 2 13s, unfortunately lead you to
Do my 20s count for anything?
Yeah, nothing happens to you.
Okay.
So for your
it's something.
For your 2 13s, you experience this.
Okay, that's bad.
Cancel. Cancel.
I'm waiting for it. Yep.
Yep. On.
Ish.
There you go. I should have just done those two together. Okay. And then for your 17, you experience this instead. This divided by 2. So 3. So 7 total.
Okay.
7 total damage.
Okay.
From
not too bad.
From the hours that you spend here, as you can literally feel yourself, once again, just your strength sapping. Finally, after all that time passes, you could feel you kind of get your own ability to stand and move and whatnot back. I imagine you pull from your pack some amount of food or something for you to eat.
Yeah, we were traveling. I'm sure I'd have some sort of rations with me.
Yeah, and so you'd grab up your rations and you'd be able to eat away at them. Try to get some strength back. Your hands shaking, you're quivering, but at least you have food nourishment. You can find yourself standing and moving again. As you, stand
well, I can
yourself
remove
up.
Shield of Faith because I definitely don't still have that.
No. This, of course, does not count as any sort of rest by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh no, I wouldn't have thought as much. Yeah.
You get up, and I imagine you start moving again.
Hell, I'm just grateful you didn't give me exhaustion.
You start moving again. Chat, should I give him exhaustion?
No, I was
hold on.
grateful.
Joey,
I was grateful.
Joey, should I give him exhaustion, Joey?
You, sorry, you asking this, not knowing what I said earlier, makes this hilarious.
Joey, do you want to drop a curse just to make sure he has exhaustion? It's all you. I mean, I know he has the right to see. He can see things, which is nice. So a curse for exhaustion? Going once.
I was nice to you.
Going twice. Going thrice. Going quatice. Going quintice.
You don't see what's happening in chat?
Going hextice. I see a roll.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Going septice. Going octilice.
What?
What do you say for 9? Going 9.
I don't know what's happening. Sorry.
Well, I was counting in Latin-ish.
I was counting in Latin. Where are you?
Well, I was adding the word, well, because Latin is unum duo tria quattuor quinque sex septem octum novum decum, right? And that's how we get like the words like, you know, octillion is, you know, off of Latin. But yeah, all right, nobody dropped it. You don't have exhaustion. You're lucky. All right.
Hey.
Not nice. Yeah, device. Oh, device, nice. All right, so sorry. Look what Scott did to that language. What I did to the language, you destroyed the language, Anno. You did, not me. So continuing, you, sir, are able to continue making your way. Now, as you kind of like step out, once again, just trying to gather your ground. Could you roll me a knowledge planes check?
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to luck that one?
Oh, you know what? I have 9 left. Sorry, Neil. I'm using them all up.
Fuck Neil. So with a 32, you actually are able to tell, like kind of like stopping. Unfortunately, you're more attuned with this plane now than you were before, because before you were so in your own head and you were too new here. Now you've just like suffered the plane, you've had it sapping your energy, so on and so forth. You realize, if I'm going to go where the god of this plane is, it's not going to be where I am. You realize that where you are right now, you're very much on the rim. You're in the superficial parts of the plane.
Oh, okay.
You need to go where it's deeper, where it's denser. You spend a moment looking around, taking in like the area about you, and you realize, as dark as everything is, as heavy as everything feels, as cold as everything is, that way over there, it looks much darker.
Well, I guess that's the way I'm going.
And you start plodding off on that direction. Cold, feeble, not doing well at all. Trying to make your way there. Anyways, so you start traveling that direction. You travel for a considerable amount of time. Tesh, I need another 2 fortitude saves from you.
Yep. Oof. Okay, I'm not gonna luck it. I preemptively was saying I'm gonna heal, but I don't know if I'm gonna heal yet.
Oh, cancel. Don't be dumb. Take 8 points of damage.
That's not too bad.
As once again, the plane itself is sapping away your energy. Now, for you, sir, as you're making your way along, you kind of were very invigorated by everything that you had experienced, and while coming down from that high, you did get a little bit of a rest there, which is why maybe you were able to stave off as long as you have. But I don't know if you remember your yesterday. Yesterday? What was yesterday? But it wasn't exactly a short day.
No, so I'm going to have to find somewhere to hide.
Including a combat and so on and so forth. And then eventually you just traveled into the plane, and you've been here for hours.
I need to find a place to sleep.
Yeah, you unfortunately at this point in time are actually getting hit with fatigue. You're lucky that I didn't do that to you. It would have actually hit you with exhaustion. As you start getting to the point where you need to find a place to rest.
Yep.
Where do you go to look?
I want to try and find something similar to what I found before. Looking for similar signs of maybe what caused what that was over time, or whether it was like a natural formation or something. Like, basically trying to see if there's any similar signs to the environment that were around the area I found before.
Sure. That's going to be a perception check, sir.
I understand why it's not survival, but I wish it was survival. Hey, 15.
So anyways, yeah, you're looking about, you see another structure like beforehand, and you think, okay, that's hopefully where I can go, where I can be safe. Let me make my way over there. And so you start making your way over to the structure that you see, and as you're walking your way towards it, you can see that this structure looks different than the one that you had seen beforehand. This structure happens to have a bit more of a design to it. Before, it almost looks like a bit of a cliff face that was kind of like stretching out from the ground. This one looks to be has a bit more, almost looks like it's standing taller, it's standing more uniform. It looks like maybe it could be almost like a tree shape or a tower shape. Also, you were just handed Winifred's wisdom.
Hey, thank you. Okay. The thing is, this thing looks uniform, which is worrying. It's also big. I actually think I'm going to pass on whatever this is and try and find something less, like something doesn't stand out quite as much.
Sure.
Figure I'm going to weigh on less coverage and less secure for less obviously somewhere to hide sort of thing. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
Like, I'm less defense in the hope that I'm not going to be discovered at all, rather than more defense, but much more likely to have something walk in on me.
Nope. I completely understand. You just want to find the area that doesn't look like it could be a giant tower.
Yeah,
What the fuck would make a tower here?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Josh, I tell you all the time, move out of the city. Okay, Josh? Move out of the city. Move south. Move down here, buddy. You see how it is down here. It's nice. It's nice down here. It's quiet. There's not a lot of cars everywhere. We still yell at each other, but it's a little nicer. So anyways, you, sir, are going to continue searching around for this, because you're not looking for the same kind of structure as before. Once again, I'll allow you to roll a knowledge planes check.
Yeah. I like it when it's knowledge planes.
So you make your way along, trying to find an area. You actually come across an area that might throw somebody else off guard, but honestly, you think that this is okay. You come walking up to an area that almost looks like tall grass. Strange tendrils and whatnot happen to exist inside this area. Funny enough, you know what these are, because again, you have a bit of latent knowledge about various planes because of walking into the tall grass. You can actually see that this grass is something that literally is designed to kind of like almost like it is part of the flora, my apologies, but much like a carnivorous plant, like a Venus flytrap sort of a situation, a creature that goes walking through it, it would actually try to capture them and try to consume them, right? Which would be something that would dissuade most creatures from traveling through. However, they can only maintain so much. Kind of like if you eat something that has too much flavor, like it's too sweet, it's something that you can't really enjoy, something that you wouldn't eat. Your character, you know that they have like this flora that exists here. It only can handle so much of something. You actually almost act like a bit of a repellent because of how charged with positive energy you are. You're not just a living creature, you are positive energy. And so when you go walking up to the thing and test your theory, you kind of like reach your hand out to it, and the things actually reach out and they kind of like wrap their tendrils around your wrist, almost like trying to sap away. And then as it's doing that, it's like holding on tighter and tighter. I was like lets go and moves away, like reeds at the bottom of a lake. It just like, and then it just kind of like lets go and moves away from you. And as you are walking your way, wading your way into it, every individual tendril, being its own individual plant, reaches up and grabs at you, and then lets go, making your traversing through it very slow, moving at like quarter speed. And that's if you were to pull, moving at quarter speed. Even slower than that if you allow it to just play its course. You eventually move into it. I don't know how deep into it you'd want to go.
Am I taking damage from, like, even however small?
No.
No, okay. Then I would want to go, far enough that I feel like something fighting its way in couldn't get to me.
Couldn't get to very easily?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe like 20, 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way into there, and then as you go into the area and you kind of like the spot where you're like, this is far enough in, perhaps this is a good enough spot for me to rest, you slowly lie down. And as you lie down, you can feel that the tendrils do wrap themselves around you, occasionally trying to sap at you, but at the same time, not being able to. It's just a bit too much. So
it's that constant, like, well, maybe now. Damn it. Well, maybe now. Damn it.
The way that this plays out for you as you lie down and you try to get some sleep, you are not going to be healing naturally overnight.
That's
you actually
fine, yeah.
lack the ability to heal naturally overnight as it is. But on top of that, it will actually do a small amount of damage to you
That's
overnight.
fine. I expected as much, yeah.
On top of the amount that you would take from hours passing anyways.
Okay, so let's do this.
You ready for this?
Yep.
So it's going to enhance the D6s to D8s. And there's...
Ooh, okay.
How many hours of sleep do you technically need in Pathfinder?
Oh, is there a number?
Maybe these dice won't actually you? Oh, man.
Wait. 8 times 8.
Hold on 1 second. Pathfinder, sleep. Not the spell.
Oh no! No matter how much health I started this on, you know what I would
6
do?
hours
Can
of
I
sleep.
say
You need 6
before I
hours
lay
sleep.
down, knowing that I've been taking damage over time, can I heal myself with my one of my last spell slots?
What's that?
Okay, as I'm laying down to sleep, knowing that I'm going to take damage, can I heal myself preemptively with one of my last spell slots?
Oh, yeah. Go right ahead.
Cool. I'm gonna do one of these. Cool, yeah, I'm full health. Just so you know, given if it is HD8, you could still kill me.
Okay. Well, it's technically speaking, it is 6 hours of sleep, but 8 hours of rest you need for your spells. 6 hours
Yep.
of sleep you need for sleep, is how it works. So you are good to go. Actually, you're a divine caster, aren't you?
Yep.
Divine casters don't classically need rest to re-prepare their spell slots. So I should say clerics don't need rest. Clerics just need to pray at a certain time to get it. They don't actually technically need.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't actually technically need sleep. But either way, this is it's 6 hours of sleep. So you're gonna roll me 6 fortitude saves.
Okay. Oh, that's a 1. There's a 1 in there.
Oh, there it was.
Oof. You know what? I'm gonna roll a luck on that 9 and that 10 to try and boost them up to the next. Oh, I guess I'll leave the 10. I'll do it on the 1 just to make sure it's above. Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 10s. That 5, it's gone. That's
you don't
a
want to
fail.
look at 10 to see if you can make it a success?
Okay, fine. You got me. I hate you.
Ah.
Yeah. You get me every time with that. Every time. I swear.
Well, I mean, you have a chance to succeed.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just you and your silver tongue.
You don't do critical failures with 1s anyways. So 1,
That's
2,
true. Yeah.
3.
But it's still 5.
You take this damage plus half of this damage. So you take 15.
Oh, that's not
15
too bad
damage
at all.
overnight. This is when you wake up feeling like, you're a bit rested. You still need 2 more hours of relaxing.
Yep.
1 second.
So want me to do 2 more forts?
Sorry.
I needed the imp. Fuck off.
I couldn't type it in time. I tried. So anyways, yeah, that's fucking Neil. So you
Of course it's Neil.
my apologies. So you take 15 points of damage. You still technically need 2 more hours of rest to get it back. Would you want to stay inside these tendrils or would you want to leave?
No, I would if I'm safe here, it's a good place to rest and make sure that I get that done.
Okay, then yeah, I need 2 more fortitude saves from you.
Yep.
Wow, another 91.
Okay, I rolled 2 nat 20s last time. I was evening them out. Just better to fail on this than on something more important.
I was really hoping for an 8 for that one. And this one gets halved. So you take 4 more points of damage. That's not so bad, right?
That's not bad. That's not so bad, but it also, you said that's not so bad, right? Which makes me think something's coming. So continue.
What? No, reset your spell slots. It's not good, buddy.
Oh god! Now that you've said that, I'm terrified.
Does it take an hour to reset your spell slots too?
Does it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's 8 hours to rest and 1 hour to reset.
I
your
don't
spell slots.
choose spells. That's the thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
I have my spells and that's it. I don't choose spells.
You're good. So that's why you actually chose this class. So anyways,
Yes.
you get up and you are able to slowly make your way out of this tendril area and continue your way downtown. Now, that being said, do you have any spells that are going to protect you from this plane at all?
Okay, so the only things that I think might, in terms of just because what this plane is ironically, Sanctify Corpse, Stabilize, and maybe one, like my Bear's Endurance.
Didn't you just gain a level?
Did I?
Didn't you guys level?
You didn't tell me that.
Neil, Jake, are you in chat? Didn't you guys level?
Did you not fucking... I heard
Didn't
nothing
you guys
about
explicitly
this.
ask me and I said yes? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure I'm crazy. Yes, see? Yes.
How did I not get this?
You were very tired, I think.
Oh, I was very tired, actually, wasn't I? Yeah, that's right. I had like 2 hours of sleep during the session, like before the session rather. Okay, I didn't realize that I'd leveled.
It wasn't during the stream. It was on our call after the stream.
Oh, I was okay. I know what happened. My sister had been asking all day to talk to me about something serious, so I was talking with her about that in a chat, and obviously missed it.
No, you're fine.
I remember now. I remember specifically zoning out for a second while having that conversation.
What level does that make you? 9?
Yes.
So you still only have 4th level spells, anyways.
Yes, that doesn't change much, but it would change one of the 4th level spells I have, which would be nice right now. Which would actually, I know what it would be. Which would be Summon Monster.
Hello.
Summon Monster 4, because I know why I'm taking that, because I want to get the feat that allows me to evolve the summon monsters like you would an Eidolon.
Yeah, that's a good one. I won't lie.
Oh yeah, looking at that, I was like, oh, these are amazing. I'm getting these. 100% I'm getting these. So let me just add summon monster 4. I'll worry about the feat later. If it's do I get a feat this level or is it next level?
You get a feat at this level. Yep.
Okay, then it was that one. So yeah, I am going to take that feat. I'm glad I remembered that I looked this up, so it's easy to add. I don't know about what other spells I get, but I know that I was getting that one this level. I was also doing a shuffle of other spells, but I can't remember what it was, so I'll worry about that another time.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Why don't you, just for the sake of importance, roll your hit die, and then we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Which is what, D6?
Yeah, I could sort the rest out later. That's not too bad. So
D6 plus con, I believe.
Oh, fucking! Are you serious?
So happens when you level up in the negative energy plane. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. That makes me happy.
Don't we get one do we get one reroll if we get a 1?
No, you only get the one. Oh, here comes Steve. Steve gave you a reroll.
Yay, thank you, Steve, because oh my good god. So can I reroll?
Yeah. Steve.
That's more like it, okay.
Come on, somebody else give him a reroll, huh? Come on, he could go up from there. Come on, guys. He
nope,
could get
I ain't
an 8.
rerolling. I ain't fucking
Guys,
rerolling.
Somebody give him Somebody, hey, Joey, do you want to give him a reroll? I mean, he can see. That's upsetting. You want to give him a... Oh, look! Otto gave you a reroll.
Can I choose not to take it?
Oh, no, Otto gave you a reroll.
So I have to do it?
The good with the bad.
Oh. Oh!
God damn it! God damn it!
Yeah, thank you, Otto.
It's at
Thank
max.
you.
You can't cause a reroll again.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Otto. Hey, you want to know what my max health is? 69.
That's right. I'm 35, going on 7. What? Wait, a 6-year-old knows what that means? What kind of parents did you have? Like, anyways, so continuing on, you regain your spells and you start making your way forward. You don't really have anything that's going to protect you from the plane, which is a little frightening. We're going to group up your time slots here just because I don't want you spam rolling a million dice. For every 4 hours, I'm going to have you roll one roll, and I imagine your character is going to push himself as he's traveling this plane.
Yeah.
He's going to push himself for traveling. My apologies. Brain that
I will say, start of the day, after I've taken all that damage, do one of these.
Hey, 15, perfect.
Yep.
So you're going to I imagine your character's going to push yourself and travel for a solid, like, say 12 hours or so each day. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and roll me 3 fortitude saves for the next 12 hours of travel? Hey!
Ooh.
Half damage.
I'm gonna luck that 10 just in case.
Sure.
Nope, never mind.
You like ones, don't you?
Yeah, I get a lot of ones, a lot, but I'll take that. That's actually a pretty decent result.
So you're gonna take full damage. Oh, no, that's wrong. Sorry, let me fix that. 4d6, not 8. And then you take half damage from this one.
So I take.
You take half, so 15 plus 13 is 28. As you're traveling along, and why don't you do me a favor? I imagine as your character's moving along, he also uses lesser restoration on himself to make sure that he's not tired at the end of these long walks.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do that. So
and I imagine you're also going to pop a healing on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't want this to become too monotonous, but we do need to do this 2 more cycles before we can kind of push on.
To counteract what I just got, so I did lose a total of 6 health.
Yep.
On that first cycle.
Yep. Sorry, I meant one more time. And so this night you're going to be able to sleep at night again. And sleeping overnight. Same idea. You're gonna look for a place to sleep. You can roll me a perception check, sir.
Oof.
You just suck at perception, don't you? You consistently.
I have
roll
a
that
plus.
one thing.
I have +1, sir.
That's crazy. Well, it's just you always roll the same, like 10 or 11, 10 or 11. 10 or...
I have rolled 10 on every one, haven't I?
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
Consistently.
It's nutty. But anyways, continuing on. So I did not yet unspeakable. So you sir are.
Oh yay.
You are making your way, trying to find a place to rest. And you do come across an area that you think is going to be safe. Unfortunately, you can't find those tendrils, you can't find that fissure in the ground, so on and so forth. But you do come across an area that you're like, this is going to have to be. I'm fucking tired. You know, I've already cast a spell to keep myself as... I cast cup of coffee on myself just to keep myself going, right? And,
essentially, yeah.
And so you have to go find a place to rest. You do find a little area that seems to be a bit of like a canyon, like a bit of an inlet where you think you can kind of hide yourself down inside there.
Okay.
And so you lower yourself in and you do the best you can to hide yourself and you fall asleep. What you didn't realize when you went in there is that the area there is a little bit denser than around it. You lowering yourself a little bit lower in altitude is lowering yourself into a little bit closer to the core, where it's a bit more dangerous than elsewhere. Once again, for simplicity, just spam me for the sleeping. 6 fortitude saves, pretty please and thank you.
This is how I die.
You're actually rolling very well. So you can clearly...
Those were actually pretty good, yeah.
You clearly have 4 successes. How do you feel about the other 2?
I'm gonna roll that. I'm gonna luck that 13 just because I feel like something else is gonna happen afterwards.
Okay, you have 5 successes. Do you want to luck that last fortitude save?
I only have 3 dice left. I'm gonna save them.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 5d, and you're gonna divide this by 2. Not so bad. I rolled poor.
So that's 11.
That is 11 points of damage plus this. So 17 points of damage total is what you wake up to.
Oof, but I'm okay.
So I imagine your character wakes up, you wake up feeling achy, like, oh god, that did not feel very good. You still need 2 more hours of rest, but you can kind of climb yourself out of this hole and rest above if you'd like.
Yeah. I will do that. Before I do that, I am gonna hit myself with one of these just to make sure I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. That should bring me to full health.
Yes.
Oh, actually, yes, it does.
So you
wait, no, 1 off full health. I'm 68.
Oh, disappointing. So do you climb yourself out of the hole to get to an area to sit up top for the remaining 2 hours? Cool. As you climb out of the hole and you're like, oh, I just need to rest for a couple more hours, kind of like concentrate, relax, get myself some food, so on and so forth, before I get up and start traveling again. You're sitting there and trying to get out of your pack some food when you look up and beyond, back at the way that you're traveling from, and you realize there's a bit of a disruption out that way.
Oh no.
It's hard to tell because, again, everything's so dark, so bleak, grays and blacks and inks everywhere. But it looks like the sky, if you want to call it that, is darker. Did you just see a flash? Like...
Oh no, it's a storm!
Oh no. Whatever that is, you do not think it's...
No, okay.
What do you do?
So I definitely do not want to be caught in whatever the fuck that is. So let me quickly... I'm going to have a very, very quick check at Summon Monster 4. There's anything fast that I could ride on.
Sure, you go right ahead, click through the list of things. Well, I say thank you and speak up loud.
I actually didn't know what this was until recently playing Ark. There's a Deinonychus is one of the things you can summon. But a dire wolf might actually be a good... Oh, better! I could summon a Hound Archon.
Well, let me just check this out with you. Did you grab the feat where you can make one of a lower level, but apply a thing to it?
I was just trying to look at what evolved summoning does.
Not evolve, the other one.
No, it's not that. No, I didn't get that. I got the strength and summon one.
Because there was another one
augmented summoning.
Yeah, there's one where you can summon it with 1 level lower, but you can also make it positive or negative or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have that. Unfortunately,
gotcha. Augmented summon is really good. So looking at Summon Monster 4. Let's see. Giant Ant, Bison, Deinonychus, Dire Ape, Dire Boar, Dire Wolf, Elemental Medium. Hey, Elemental Medium. Giant Scorpion, Giant Wasp.
Yeah, Elemental Medium's nice.
Grizzly Bear, Hellhound, Neil. A Hound Archon, Lion, Mephit, Pteranodon, Rhinoceros, I can't pronounce this other one, Amphisbaena, Saberi, Choker, in case you're into what Jake's into, Giant Mantis, Gibbering Mouther. Grick and Tiger.
No, I think because the Hound Archon can change itself. I was looking at the Hound Archon anyway as a summon I was probably going to use a lot. Because it can change it can either attack as itself or it can change into a hound of any kind.
What's your alignment again?
Good.
Is it neutral good?
Well, I think it's neutral good. Yeah.
So they would be the ones with the asterisk or 7 with the celestial template.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's why I had the celestial bat, didn't I?
Correct.
Yeah,
So what's the ones that have some of the highest speeds?
that's a good point. I should actually. Well, the hound should be able to turn into something that has speed, or the high whereas beast shape 2. So I could, but it has to be a hound type thing, I believe. It turns into.
Because it looks like lion and rhinoceros both have 40.
You gain the wait, here we go. Beast shape 2. Gain the following listed abilities: climb 60 feet, fly 60 feet, depending on, I assume, what it is you turn into.
Dire Wolf has 50 for speed.
Okay, Direwolf might be what I go with then. If that's well, wait. Let me read this. Large creature of any animal form. Okay.
You can summon a bloody human skeleton? What?
No, I think Direwolf probably is a best bet.
There's also a horse, which is unfortunately it doesn't come with a saddle or anything like that, so it's gonna be a little hard to hold on to. But you can also do a horse from Summon Monster, I think 2. You can get a horse that has the run feat, which means it can move at 5 times speed, so it can move at 250 feet around at 5 times speed. Because the wolf also has run feet. Okay.
Hey. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then it's probably going to be wolf at that point.
Cool.
Yeah. Direwolf. Yeah. If it's got that, then that's definitely something that I would do. Yeah, it's got run. Okay, then yes, I'll summon Direwolf.
So it's not going to last a terribly long time, but while it's there, it'll certainly help you out,
Well,
right?
I will have 4 casts of it.
Yes. yes. So you spend 6 seconds casting it, and then you just yeet out of there.
Yep.
And it lasts for, my apologies, because it's a summoning spell. Does it last just 9 rounds, or do you get a +1 from something?
9. No, it's 9 rounds.
Okay, cool. So 4 casts of the wolf means that you're going to be able to travel. Let's see, 9 rounds. So let's get a calculator really quickly. Calc. Just see how far you go. 250 times 9 equals times 4 castings of the wolf. And how many times can you cast the horse if you want to do that too?
I can cast it.
Some monster too.
5 times. It would be Summon Monster 3, so there'd be an extra horse, maybe. You know what? If that's the case, if I do, I'm going to send it in a different direction.
Oh, that's cool. There you go.
Yeah, so I will have 5 casts of that, is what I have.
Well, let's assume you cast it 8 times total. And you kind of like literally casting it as one spell's ending you cast, and you kind of like just immediately jump onto the next one, so you're as efficient as possible. That's 18,000 feet. Is how far you could travel, it seems like, unless my math is crazy. It looks like 18,000 feet.
I'm not going to question it. That sounds right.
I mean,
that chat might say otherwise, but
that's like 4 miles.
It's fairly far.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty good. So, anyways, cool.
And maybe I'll have a horse or 2 going off in a random direction.
3.5
to lead
miles.
tracks a different way.
Nice. So it's like 3.5 miles. Because I think a mile is 5,320 or 60 or something like that. I don't know. Miles make no sense. Imperial system. It's so good. So good. We all love it. So anyways, continuing on. Where were we? Oh, so you do these castings. Cast and yeet out of there. Cast and yeet out of there. Mind you, you do not gain back the spells from your night's rest.
No, I understand that. That's why I counted that in my castings and everything. I remembered that. Yep.
Correct. So, and eventually you kind of like ride ahead of whatever the storm might be. The problem is, as you ride ahead, you actually start to get to an area where things here are considerably colder. As a matter of fact, it's colder to the point where you're no longer making checks every hour.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
You're making checks every 10 minutes.
Well, I'm going to die, guys.
But area around you seems to be darker. You can feel that you're getting closer. You're drawing closer to wherever it is that you need to go. You continue.
What's my health? I'm almost full health. Okay, good. Just checking where I'm starting at.
You come to this realization after all your castings, your 8 castings, whatever it was done. Or the 9 castings, sorry, was done. So you traveled that legit 4 miles. Once all that's done, you finally make your way, and you're like, oh no, I'm in an area where things are even more dangerous. This is not going well for me. How does Ilen handle the situation now? Does he continue casting and riding and trying to move ahead at a hastened pace? What's his plan here?
At this point, my only hope is to go hard as fast as I can. Keep going. At this point, turning back is death. Stopping is death. It's go. It's death or not, or fight or luck. He's going on pure blind faith right now.
Do you have any other spells or anything like that you can use to enhance your speed forward?
Full strength? No.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else.
Because you only had those 2 tiers, 3 and
yeah,
4, 3, and what was the other one?
I don't actually have Summon Monster 2. I traded it out for Make Whole.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Gotcha. Okay. And do you have any other spells in there for you? Just gotta keep healing.
I still have a bunch of heals, like a lot of heals. Right. I still have my not now 9 channel energies. I still have. Whoa, hi. You looking at stuff?
Maybe
I didn't change my level
sorry,
yet. I need to do that. Yeah.
For a second. Go ahead. So
I'll wait till after are you done looking at my page?
100% done. Sorry.
I'm gonna just change my level real quick. I'll worry about changing my my choices for stats and everything afterwards. Just changing for castle level at the moment.
Oracle. Just want to check one thing, because now we need to handle this next hour of your traveling, just between 8 and 9. Your fortitude save, just so you know, your base fortitude save went up by 1, and your base reflex save went up by 1 too. That's important because you're about to make 6 fortitude saves.
So okay, say that again. Sorry, because I was trying to figure out.
Your base fortitude save went up by 1, and your base reflex save went up by 1. They're both at 3 now.
Yep.
So I need to roll me 6 fortitude saves.
Oh, it's not too bad. That could be a lot worse. There's no point lucking those. They're out of range.
These are at full. If it ever rolls. We're not. And this is at half.
Oh, it hasn't appeared yet. Oh, there we go. So that is the half. No, wait. Which one's which?
The 10 is half, so it's only a 5, and the 6 is full. So it's 11 damage total. So traveling 1 more hour, you took 11 points of damage as you continue pushing forward.
Fuck. Yep.
Pushing on for the next hour.
I'm gonna hit myself with one of these at the end of the first hour.
Ooh, that was great. Better off than you were before going into it.
Yeah, but back to full health.
You can roll 6 more for me. And then I'll tell you some more detail.
Oh, there's some more fails there. That time it's even split.
Half and half. So we're going to take this. This is full.
Ooh,
This is half.
that's just nasty. Let me just quickly figure that out. That is
So 6 on top, so 23 damage total you take.
So how much was the second one? 6?
Yep.
Damage?
So 23 total. Yep.
Oof, I'm going to give myself another one of these at the end of that.
And you notice something else, Tesh. That storm.
Yep.
It's
Catching up.
It's catching up behind you.
Also this.
You turn back and you look at that storm, and it's one of those. Fuck. It's just coming up behind you, and you see once again another spark of. God, what is that is ripping through the storm? Is that fire ripping through the storm? What is that? It's like it's crazy because you usually see like a blast of lightning would be what would come through a storm on the material plane, but here I swear that storm looks like there's like almost like a rip of fire kind of bursting through it. It is a strange thing to see. Anyways, as you stand there staring at that storm, staring into inevitability, realizing there's not much time between where you are, that storm getting to you, and maybe being able to turn and keep running and getting away from it, why don't we, Tesh, take a break?
You motherfucker. Okay.
Well, I'm sure you have to pee or something like that, so why don't we take a break and we'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Be right back.